Good morning. Just want to thank all the board of directors for their time today. So today we're going to discuss our strategic analysis of your expansion, and we're going to be providing our recommendations to you based on all the case facts that you provided to us. So just a quick overview of what we're going to discuss today. So first, we're going to discuss the consolidation of the consolidation of RSI with Lavish. Next, we're going to discuss the partnership with FFL. Then we'll discuss the possible franchising of RSI, as well as the possible acquisition of Pure Substance Inc. And then we're going to wrap up with some operational issues that we had to address. So firstly, the consolidation of RSI and Lavish. So there's a few pros to this option. First being that if you combine both companies, you'll get one brand, one together strategy, and administration will be together, combined, so that you're all aiming in the same direction. The next thing would be cost savings. You combine administration, you're going to lower marketing costs, you're going to lower operational costs. Overall, you're going to be able to use economies of scale to lower those costs. Thirdly, centralized decision making. So with everyone in the same area, it's going to be a lot easier to make big strategic decisions when you have everyone in the same place and on the same page going towards the same goals. And also you present a stronger company view, because combined you'll have larger revenues, larger assets, which will make it easier to get financing in the future. Now some negatives. So it's difficult to integrate. Both have different accounting policies and systems, so there's going to be some training and downtime there. There's no bonus program at RSI currently for the employees, so the employees are going to feel a little unequal in compared to Lavish. And there's different client bases, so each company serves different customers and they target different customers. So our recommendation for you is to consolidate but maintain the two brand names and styles. So what we mean by that is combine administration, combine the financial statements to present that together. But as far as the two brands, they operate the same way. We base this decision on 5 kind of criteria. So it meets the vision and mission, so it'll align everyone's vision and objectives. It'll improve brand recognition, because with two big companies under one umbrella, customers will be more aware of the brands. So growth targets and constraints and targets, it does not hit these immediately, because individually these companies are more profitable on paper compared to after you consolidate them. And this is just due to consolidation accounting policies, amortization of intangibles that brings the profit down. And then resources, you combine resources so you have more resources to achieve your goals. And then we also recommend that you implement a bonus scheme at RSI, similar to that of Lavish, to make the employees feel equal, and also implement immediately. There's no huge investment cost. You're really going to get the benefits from it fairly soon, so there's no reason to delay this implementation. And now Joseph is going to talk to you about the partnership with FFL.
Thanks, Robbie. As mentioned, we will now discuss the partnership opportunity with Forevermore Fit Limited, or FFL. Let's begin with the positives. This opportunity allows RSI to expand its business without taking on all the risk, as some of the costs are expected to be shared with or paid for by FFL. It gives access to FFL's existing customer base, which are generally health conscious. There would be increased employee retention through cross-training, increased opportunities, and added flexibility. The partnership would increase RSI's diversity of operations, which spreads out some of the risk. Now let's take a look at some of the drawbacks. Under the current agreement, RSI's brand is not promoted. This is something that should be negotiated with FFL and added to the agreement. The success of the partnership will depend on FFL's financial stability and ability to stay in operation. There are additional expenses not outlined, such as the cost of partnership or incorporation. Lastly, RSI's involvement and risk exposure may be understated by the directors. Based on this analysis, we recommend that RSI go ahead with the partnership with FFL. The partnership is an excellent fit with RSI's vision of becoming a reputable spa leader. Though perhaps slightly overstated, projected profits are expected to be 3 times the initial year investment, and that initial investment is able to be funded internally. Income splitting can be used for tax purposes should the venture initially generate some losses. Lastly, as mentioned, RSI branding should be negotiated into the agreement as it shouldn't pose an issue to FFL. Next, Karen will talk about the franchising opportunity.
So another opportunity RSI has is to franchise itself. This is in line with the board's mandate for growth. It also captures market share fairly quickly and allows RSI to expand its geographic footprint. And given that most spas are individually operated, franchising really allows RSI to stand out and have a reputable and well-known brand name. It also provides a learning opportunity for RSI because it can learn from its franchisees. They can bring different expertise and experiences to the table. However, cons include differing values from the franchisees. They might value different things differently. For example, they might value profitability higher than quality, which is something that RSI does not agree with. And there's also a lack of franchising experience from RSI's end. This is highly risky given the amount of capital involved, as well as the potential loss of reputation. There also might be a lack of suitable locations due to the proximity to other spas. It's also a very complicated, long, and expensive screening process to find the right franchisee, depending on the amount of information and the type of information RSI wants from its potential franchisees. And in terms of profitability, it depends on the amount of therapists. So firstly, for the franchisee themselves, with one therapist, they can make $17,000 in profit or a 57% return on investment. And with 3 therapists, they can make up to $131,000 in profit or 187% return on investment. And for RSI itself, profitability will depend on the amount of franchises open. With 8 franchises, they can break even startup costs of $250,000, and with 5 franchises, they can break even the operating costs of $65,000 a year. Overall, we recommend that RSI wait at least until a year before pursuing the franchising opportunity. This is because even though there's a high potential for it to be very profitable, it's also highly risky given that RSI has never expanded its operations before. We recommend RSI wait at least for a year before pursuing this opportunity so they can learn and see if they're suitable for this opportunity based on the partnership of FFL. They can also apply any learning experiences from the partnership into the franchising operations. And if RSI does decide to franchise its operations after a year, special focus should be given on internal controls. This is because internal controls allow RSI to maintain the same level of quality, success, as well as brand image across all locations. And in order to help with the process, RSI should hire a controller who's also a CPA. They can help oversee the process and assure that internal controls are being adhered to and report back to the board. So I'll now pass it on to Ryan, who will be talking about the acquisition.
Thank you, Karen. I will now discuss the advantages and disadvantages of the acquisition of Pure Substance. First, let's go through the pros. By vertically integrating RSI's supply chain, there's potential to reduce costs and improve efficiency. RSI's brand image will also improve as they sell and produce environmentally friendly products. There's also growth potential to expand into large retail chain stores in the future. And finally, there's an opportunity to promote social and environmental responsibility through managing production and growing charitable work. Now let's discuss the cons of the acquisition. RSI does not have any experience in manufacturing, making the acquisition a risk as poor implementation and operations could increase costs. There is also increased foreign competition, putting pressure to reduce prices, and the cost to produce has risen significantly, hurting Pure's profit margins. Pure also has a commitment to the local staff and maintaining operations in PEI, but outsourcing would help improve margins. The acquisition of Pure is not a complete fit with RSI's mission and vision. It matches the environmentally friendly and sustainable aspect, however, manufacturing outside of RSI's spa services offered. Through our financial analysis, we noted that the net earnings of Pure has seen a significant decline of approximately 50% over the past 3 years as a result of rising costs of sales. cost of sales can be evidenced through the decrease in earnings as a percent of revenue, which has also decreased by 50%. In addition, Pure Substance's owner has valued the business upwards of $8 million. The declining profitability of the company indicates that Pure is overvalued. And furthermore, there's the risk that future earnings of Pure will not be able to cover the cost of investment and be profitable. In conclusion, we recommend that RSI does not proceed with the acquisition of Pure. It has the potential to be profitable in the future, but the risks associated are too high. RSI lacks experience in manufacturing, and Pure's financial performance is deteriorating, and the valuation of the company is too high. And now Mitch will discuss some of the operational issues.
So now that we've walked through some of our strategic initiatives, I'm going to walk you through our operational recommendations, as these are essential for RSI to reach their long-term goals. Now, we recommend that RSI update both their vision and their mission statement. Now, these statements are crucial, as they let our organizational stakeholders and our customers know what our purpose is as an organization and where we're heading in the future. Now, because our proposed expansion plans are such a deviation from what we've done in the past, we want to make sure that these stakeholders and customers are in the know of what our future plans are. So our new vision statement would be to become the reputable leading spa for Canadian spa goers by growing RSI's brand geographically. And the updated mission statement would be to provide exceptional client-centered spa and therapy services to enthused clients in an atmosphere that is relaxing and in a manner that is environmentally friendly and sustainable. Now, we also recommend a slight change to the Board of Governors. Because we recommend that ASPE be adopted for financial reporting reasons and for potential needs in the future, there's going to be a lot more users of your financial statements. And to ensure that the statements are in accordance with ASPE, we recommend that Blair Cummings be added to the Board of Directors, maybe by way of changing its debt into equity. This would ensure that at the governance level, there's a really high level of financial literacy to ensure that RSI's financial statements in the future are in accordance with ASPE. So we also have a number of performance management initiatives we'd like to implement as well. The first of which is a balanced scorecard. Now, a balanced scorecard is a tool that combines strategic initiatives with operational tasks to ensure that day-to-day activities at RSI are in congruence with the long-term strategies that we've implemented. We also have a number of administrative changes, one of which being the implementation of one information system for both RSI and Lavish. Having one administrative function being able to perform the task for both organizations, we'll be able to realize cost savings. We'll also be able to reduce the administrative task of both managers so that they can focus on the profitability and the long-term strategic initiatives that we've implemented. We also would like to introduce a new employee bonus plan that has benefits that are tailored more to the type of employee at RSI. So managers would receive equity interest to retain long-term talent, and therapists would receive flexible work time to avoid employee burnout. We believe that the excess costs of these programs are outweighed by the benefits of low turnover and high employee satisfaction. We'd like to thank you for listening to our presentation, and would like to open up the floor to any questions that you may have.